Good morning, traders. As you can see, I held FTCV overnight. I'm looking for it to continue to run. Good morning, One Life. Good morning, Kay. So my plan is pretty much to continue to hold this, at least for today, see what it does, see if it gets back up over 15. But we'll see. I did notice the markets are down a little bit. Yeah, red everywhere. So that might affect this, but it might not, because cryptos are still pretty hot. There's not a lot. Let me look around here and see what else there is. The RC looks alright. SVR. It's a little bit bigger of a float, but it looks like it's about to. Looks like it's about to break out here. Oh damn, it did run pretty big yesterday. Right at market open. Let's keep an eye on that. It's getting hung up at 240. Oh, they're getting taken out. I'm going to go. Ooh, I don't like that. It's looking like it was getting ready to break out, but it's kind of flagging. It's got to break up over that. That 240, 250 area is going to be a little strong. I think this is going to be a bit of a slower play, though. I don't know, though. It wasn't very slow yesterday at open. It ripped pretty hard. $250 is going to be real tough. See, straight across there. This is a big U shape, though. If it breaks 250, I think it'll start really going. Good morning, Daniel B. So we're testing 245. Here we go, coming on to 250 now. Let me see real quick. 260, some resistance. 270. So yeah, a little bit of resistance ahead, but okay, we got rejected there at 250. see, I'm on a 5-minute. Let me go. Whoa. What'd I just do? Oh, I just sold 10 shares. That was dumb. How the hell did I do that? Alright, well. Just try to change my chart. And then somehow I end up selling part of my position. Okay, there we go. Now I can see it a little bit better on this 2-minute. Kind of see what's going on. We got this little uptrend up here to 250. $250 may be too strong of resistance for this. We shall see. But as long as this trend line's holding up. RBLX looks like the next GameStop. And buyers are trying to hold this off the trend line. Ooh, that's a little pullback there. We don't have to pull back much more than that. There we go. Buyers pushing it back above the trend line. We're really testing this trend line. There we go. Let's see, this candle's fixing to close. Looks like it's going to close above it. Let me redraw this trend line so it's a little bit more accurate. Yeah, okay, there we go. There we go. That looks better because you can see a bounce there, just bounced again there. And as long as we see it bounce again here, should be good to go. But I am a little cautious because the market is pretty red. It's on the 5-minute. Actually, on the 5-minute, there's the trend line right there. I'm actually going to add 10 back to this. So there right now I got my original position back. And I was able to average down a little bit. Need to see some buying come back in here. I'm working on 4 red candles in a row. Alright, looks like we're going to try to come back up and test 250 again here soon. RBLX, that's the Roblox thing, right? It's made a nice move so far, but the float's a lot bigger than GameStop, so I don't know. I don't know about that one. We got a little bit of I don't know if I'd really call that a flag. It's kind of a flag, but that kind of doji there. Yeah, I guess, yeah, we got a little flag there on it, Foreman. I'd say on this candle, if this candle comes back up green over this red candle, if we get a little engulfing candle there, I could see that starting to make a move. Good morning, Jamie. What do you think, Roblox? You think a 5 minutes gonna make it look better? Well, yeah, it's still a flag. It's the same thing. Whether I'm looking at the 5 or the 2 minutes, you got a flag there, Foreman. Come on, SVRA. Let's go get up here and test this 250. We're getting hung up right there in that 244 area. See real quick, is the market turning green any at all? A little bit. Just needs to get back over 245. It is really struggling there at 245. It's a lot of resistance between that 245 and 250 area. You're getting a nice consolidation triangle on Roblox there. You might get a pretty good move there in a second, but it could also drop down because that is consolidation. So it could go one way or the other. Let me see the buying volume. Yeah, I think you're good. If you're looking for, if you got an entry on this and this flag, I think you're good to go. It's looking pretty nice, like it's about to break out here. Whoops, 15-minute. You can see it's going straight up. There you go, boom, popping right out of that triangle there. I don't know how much further it'll go, but and see, the problem with that play is why I would not consider it the next GameStop is because the float is a lot higher than GameStop, and as this price goes up, it's going to be a lot harder to move that float for retail traders, because retail traders will have to have a lot of money to buy a lot of shares of a $80 stock to move that float. That float is $500 million. So that's pretty big. Maybe starting to crack down here on SVRA. If it can hold up here, I think. We're still alright in the 5-minute. It needs to hold up right here. You don't want to drop it any lower. A little sketchy. I'm telling everybody, be cautious with the SPY. SPY is real volatile right now. Could be a dumpy day where we dump a little bit. I may be about to get out of this because it's just opened up below the trend line on the 2 minute. Let me look at the 5 minute. Needs to hold up here. Yeah, I think this is going to be a failed breakout. This is a nice big U shape too. Maybe it can make a cup. Well, it's got the cup. Maybe it can make a handle, but it needs to hold up. Yeah, it needs to hold up at least 230. Trend line's a little broken. Oh, Roblox with a fake out breakout. Look at that. Cause that looked like that was gonna break out. And then it just didn't. It had a quick pop and then cracking down. That's what I was saying with the market. Yeah, SPY's getting ready to drop below 394. It's getting real close. So it's going to be a trickier market when we got this type of selling going on. Yeah, it just cracked below 394. See if QQQ is getting back in this downtrend. Ooh, that looks nasty on the QQQ right there. This little ugly red candle. That's a pivot point, and we're not pivoting up. We're pivoting down. So the Nasdaq, what's going on? Rising yields weigh on tech stocks. Remember yesterday I said that they were like, oh, the yields are fine, and then I looked at it and it was like 15%, or it's still at 1.6%. I was like, that's not fine. That's not where the yields, where they want the yields to be. So if they're higher than 1.6, which we'll check out in a minute, if they're higher than 1.6, that dump is still coming. I may have to get out of this. This is getting a little sketchy. Like I said, we need to hold up 230, build a higher low, and curl around. Yeah, this little sketchy market, let's see. Yeah, a lot of red. Look at this. Let me look at this back yesterday, see exactly what it did. So it just went straight up yesterday morning. pretty strong support in the 225 area, but I'd rather not see it come down to the 225 area. I'd rather it stay above it. Looks like AREC. Oh, AREC is getting ready for a breakout, possibly. So double bottom. I don't even know if I have enough to get in there. I got 10. Got 20. Alright, I got 20 shares of that. I'm going to see if this can break out. It may not. Let's see, I'm at 557 there. But I like this little pattern. It's made this little double bottom. Let me throw a stop loss on this guy. Let's put it at 220. Yeah, that's good right there. Let me hop back over to AREC because this is probably closer to ripping right now than SVRA. We basically need to break 575, and if we can break 575, got room up to 6. SVRA is starting to come down a little bit. This thing's all over the place. But we do have a nice uptrend on this right here. Kind of bought at the top there, but I was expecting a breakout. But it may pull back down to this trend line. See, SVR still slowly cracking down to that 225. 225 doesn't hold up. I'm going to get stopped out. Bring that stop loss down just a little bit. Yeah, this red market's really slowing down everything. ZMCD, that could be a possible play. You kind of maybe have a start of a trend line there. I don't know. It's nah, because the trend lines actually would have been more like this. So it actually cracked that trend line. Timber. It's a little interesting. That's ugly. AREC, that's coming back down the trend line. See, IMTX. Beautiful curl up to 15 right here. This is a beautiful U shape. If that can break 15 right here, then I'd say you get a move up to 16. Could be a possible dollar out of that. You guys are alright. What was it? It's IMTX. I'm out of funds, but I want to see if it's going to break. Getting real close. Pop back over to ARC and make sure we're not going to crack, because we are testing this triangle. There you go. Come back, get back over 540. See, is SVR going to make this damn... Let's see what it's doing. Yeah, so if it can, as long as it can hold above 225, which, like I said, strong support, and start to curl back up, that would be the handle on this cup and handle. So we'll see if that ends up holding up or not. There, look at that, boom. Look at that, perfect U shape. Oh, I hope somebody got that. Look at that, all the way up to 16, what I say. And climbing some more. I hope somebody got that, because that was such a beautiful U shape. When you got them like that, where they look like that, it's a good deal. What's the float on IMTX? Huh? Don't have a float. We're getting close to cracking here on our AREC. I'm back into the 2 minute. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're okay. Just needs to get back above 540. No, don't do that. Starting to test the trend line. Good morning, Michelle. We're starting to crack a little bit there. Getting real close to having to hop out of this. market's somewhat turning green, still mixed. So we need to break this little selling downtrend right here. If it doesn't break back over that little downtrend, it's going to keep selling off. IMTX almost up to 17. See right here, this needs to come back up. If this candle starts dropping, this is over. I'm gonna hop out. And real close to hopping out here. There's a lot of buyers in this area trying to hold this up, but if they keep getting attacked like they are, they're gonna drop out of it, and then this is gonna drop. Get this on the 5. SVRA is still alive, starting to make that little cup handle, whatever the hell you call it. Need to see some buying volume start coming back in this right now. Had a lot of selling volume, but the selling volume started decreasing. But if buyers don't start coming back in here soon, they're gonna pull the stock down. Yeah, there should be, actually I didn't even notice this gap, but there should be pretty strong support there. And then it's got a gap up to 560. So that's where we're getting hung up at, is the top of this gap. I got a mess of lines going on here. This looks ridiculous, all these damn lines. But yeah, basically, this is the channel that we need to stay in to break. Right below that channel at the moment, but coming back up now. And SVR is still slowly coming back up. Boy, look at the rip on in my. Please, somebody tell me that they got a part of this. That was a $3 rip from that beautiful U shape right there that I called out. So sad. So sad I didn't have funds to get in it because that was a big rip. IMTX may start stealing the show from all the other stocks. If it keeps ripping like it's ripping. But if it slows down, yeah, looks like it's going to slow down now. Maybe. Looks like it may start to try to flag right there below 18. So we're starting to come back up a little bit here. And on the 5-minute, it kind of looks similar. We had a little pop, and then 2 little red candles selling back off, and then another little pop higher, and 2 little red candles selling back off, forming a higher low right here. If it drops below 506, though, that's probably going to be it for it. We got a lot of support at 510 trying to hold up, but they're getting taken out. Yeah, we're getting close to dumping here. I'm going to have to get out of this. It's just riding right down that downtrend. It almost started to come back up, and then just the selling pressure is just too much. Actually, this may be the channel. The channel may be 550 to 560. So there's some pretty strong support at 5. I'm gonna put a stop loss in though, just in case. Let's see, damn, that little tip is down there. I'm actually gonna give this a second to see if it holds up 5, and then I'll go from there. And real close to cracking here. This line is crazy. So stop loss in there real quick. So SVRA has got this little trend line there and it needs to break to get back up to that 250 area and test. IMTX flagging a little bit. My swing trade is looking all right. It says I've lost $33, but that's not accurate. Let me see if I can customize this real quick. Huh. So SVRA is coming up to that downtrend now, trying to test. Remove profit loss day. Oh, is that what it is? No, it's still showing. Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. Now it's showing me what I'm actually up. Thank you, DB. Everything is struggling today except for IMTX. Let's see what all is going on in these headlines. Oh yeah, that's right. We're waiting on a Fed rate decision today. We sold some corn to China. SVR getting held up there. Let me go look what the 10-year Treasury yield is real quick. See what they're at. Let's see, that says as a Tuesday. Yeah, so you can see right there, 10-year 165. So it's close to pushing the 1.7. AREC is about to crack. It is very close to cracking. It just cannot break over this downtrend. It's kind of the last hurrah, because if it drops below this previous low of like 484, then it's done. SVRA is still possibly alive. What the QQQ doing is trying to come up. SPY is going sideways, like sideways at the moment. This sideways movement is why we're not really getting very many rips, because there's a lot of indecision in the market. ZMCD with a possible U shape right across here. It's got to break over at 325, 330 area, but that could be a possible play coming up. It's very close. Getting up there. A lot of volume on that stock, though. A lot of volume's been traded. IMTX still flagging. AREC and SVR both are just barely hanging in there. But I would definitely be keeping an eye right now on ZMCD. Because if it breaks that 330 area, it is going to run into low resistance at 343.50, but then if it can break through there, it's got room up to 4 pretty much. See, AREC starting to try to push through the trend line. If it doesn't get through the trend line here and get back over 5, it's going to dump. It absolutely has to get back over 5 in the net. What am I on, a 5 minute? Yeah, I'm on a 5 minute. So the next 2-3 minutes, it needs to get back above 5. And SVRA, it needs to break over 230 soon, because if not, it's going to keep riding down that trend line as well. Does anybody know what time the feds are supposed to be making their announcement of whatever the hell they're going to do? Anybody have any idea? end of the day. Let's see, Orlando, you're in ZCMD at 299. Nice, very nice. You got a good entry on that. Below $3. You've got big buyers coming in there at 308 if they don't get taken out. But it needs to continue that U-shape up. If it starts doing weird, wonky stuff, and it might come back. If it doesn't continue to push up towards that resistance, and it comes back down to 282, it could be a little sketchy. But the U-shape looks good so far. See, okay, AREC is above 5 again. So that play's still alive for now. SVRA is still questionable. Yeah, a lot of times the feds are like, it's gonna, sometimes it'll be afternoon, sometimes it'll be, close to market close. Really don't tell when they're gonna come out and tell us their nonsense that they're gonna tell us. We're 30 trillion in debt, printing more money, and everything's okay. You see Jerome Powell running through a field of flowers. Everything will be all right. No, I'm not buying your nonsense. What are you booming about, One Life? Oh, did you hit your goal? SVRA is becoming extremely questionable. Volume really dying off. $220 trying to hold up there. Oh yeah, I just got stopped out on SVRA, so that just curled around, got rejected. Not even a fake out breakout, just a failed breakout. I think I lost about 15 on that. Well, it's not showing me my... Yeah, let me add that back on there so I can see. Okay, so I lost 11 on that. I'm not too concerned about that. So AREC is my last possible play. Let's see, ZCMD having a little bit of issues. Really need to see that continue to push up. And $3 needs to hold as support at this point. Oh, SPY's taking a dump. A little dump, but a dump nonetheless. So everybody be real cautious on your positions right now because we're going straight down at the moment. Oh man, Kay. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. I'm glad you got your stimulus. I'd rather you use it to invest in some stuff for yourself. But I mean, I appreciate that. Yeah, Spy getting ugly here. You know what? Because you just did that, just because you did that, Kay, how much I appreciate you guys in the community. Let's do a giveaway here soon. Next, let's see. We'll figure it out, but let's do a maybe a Bitcoin giveaway. Maybe yeah, maybe a crypto or a Bitcoin giveaway. Been thinking about doing that anyway, but just seeing Cabe give away a Tesla. I ain't got that much money. I was think I was thinking like maybe like $100 in some crypto, something like that. A Matchbox car. Yeah, give me a couple of days to think of the way of a way to do this giveaway, and you guys just stay on my ass and remind me. But we'll do some type of giveaway. So I've been thinking about that, giving back to you guys because I appreciate all the support. And you can see that was a nice little flag breakout on the IMTX. That's pretty much the runner today so far. I don't know if AREC is going to be able to hold up here. Giveaway Amazon gift card. Well, you guys let me know. If you want to if you want it to be a gift card or you want it to be some crypto, because I can send crypto pretty easy directly to anybody's wallet. Although there's some issues with crypto. We're gonna have Liam back on from Confident in Crypto because I've got some concerns, and we're gonna talk about it. We'll get him on here this week too. There you go, One Life. Take that rip on IMTX. You should have got in it when I was saying it was a U shape back at back here at 15. Instead of waiting for the flag. No, I'm just kidding. You do what you do. You know what you're doing. But you did miss out on on getting that better entry. Hit goal, walk away. Oh, you was on it. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I'm not feeling too good about any positions right at the moment, but just because how close we are getting to, well, we're almost there. This market has turned red as hell. Earlier we were kind of mixed. There was a little bit more green, but it's starting to get a little bloody. See, you see a couple of different stocks that are getting bright red. A couple little bright red spots. When it starts getting bright red, Democrats seek to raise taxes on companies with high CEO pay. Boy, They're going to flip this economy on its head. They are trying that. That's going to all these crazy taxes. When we already got a propped up stock market and everything else that's going on with inflation. Yeah. Now, I'm sure there's an argument to be made that there's some CEOs that are paying themselves way more than they should be. Kind of like American Airlines, which is a shit company who's been over leveraged for way too long. They're going to raise taxes on them, but they just bailed them out. So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to bail a shitty company out and then raise the taxes on the CEO. They're basically playing hot potato with money. They're just moving money around between the government and high corporate bad run companies like American Airlines. Oh, the hoodoo. The insane hoodoo. Come on, man. I need you. I need you. Oh, that guy. That guy. That old muppet of a president of ours. Alright, guys, I'm going to take a quick little breather and I'm going to see if I can figure out what time the feds are supposed to announce this, because the market's going to be. It's very sketchy. We've seen several failed breakouts. ZMCD was looking really good, and instead it's selling off now. We just got a lot of indecision in the market right now. They're waiting for this Fed stuff, so I'm gonna take a quick breather and I'm gonna look and see if I can figure out when they're gonna have this announcement. But I'll be right back, guys. Give me just a couple minutes. All right, so the Feds are concluding their meeting at 2 p.m., and Jerome Powell will be speaking after. The yields did hit a high of year, or a new high or whatever, at that 1.67. And the Feds are stuck between a rock and a hard place. You guys have been hearing me talk about this the last couple of weeks. Well, probably more than a couple of weeks. I've been talking about I'm expecting a pretty decent sized pullback. I mean, we did get a pretty nice pullback when I was calling for it, down close to that 100-day, but I'm expecting bigger than that. But they have to, my guess is they're going to dance around and not really say anything. But that meeting's at 2 Eastern concluding, and then the market closes at, let's see, I'm on Central Time, so I think it closes for 3 for me, so 4. So he's gonna be talking right before the market's gonna close. And if he seems skittish or anything at all, it could get even sketchier. Because to stop the bond rates from going higher, it's counteractive to what they got to do to keep the inflation high, like they need to try to pay back as much debt. So if now it's a real possibility that the bond rates, the bond yields are going to be maybe getting too close to getting out of hand for them, because if it gets up to, if the bond rates get up to 3%, it will start directly affecting the stock market. And 1.67 is not that far away from 3. So they'd have to taper, and if they taper, that's going to make the market drop as well. So there's a lot of possibilities. He's going to have to come out and really be positive and make everybody believe what he's saying, that they still have control of this. But I am highly skeptical of the Feds, because they, like I said, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. They've played this manipulation game for so long that I think they're losing control. So the market is probably going to be pretty sideways. I would say probably all day. It may even keep dropping. We started a new downtrend right here on the daily, on the SPY. Ooh, everything is really starting to turn red. The few green stocks that are left, they're starting to turn too. Amazon turning dark green. Because we got this pivot point right here, we can connect the downtrend on the QQQ, which is the NASDAQ ETF. And we're really still in a downtrend there. And the 9's actually below the 50. That's a bearish sign. Yeah, UVX, SQQ, there's plenty of inverses to play. See if SVRA is going to come back up and try to test the top of this channel or not. It's starting to curl back up, but still kind of early on this curl. Needs to get back over 525. If it gets back over 525, then I'll feel better about this. See, how's my eToro swing? $13 was such strong resistance yesterday. I'm expecting 13 to hold up as support, but if the market really starts dumping, it may not matter. Let's see. Let me look around and see if there's anything else. How's ZCM doing? Got support right in that 284 area. It's testing right now. But this is in a sideways channel as well. IMTX cracking down out of that little pop of the flag. So that was another little fake out breakout. I mean, it did get a little pop, but breaking down right there. So nothing on it at the moment. MBRV is slowly climbing straight up. You got a nice little trend line. That could possibly be a good play if you just play the trend line. The 50 days at 264, so it's got room probably at least to 264. What is this company about? Because it's pretty low. Oh, this is a pharmaceutical company. Getting some wonky moves on some stocks. Yeah, so not much. Let's see, where's Bitcoin at? Let's see if Bitcoin's being drugged down because of the market. Yeah, Bitcoin coming down a little bit. It's still bullish though. It's above all indicators. As long as it stays above or right around that 9 EMA, it's still fine. This is a little bit of an ugly curl over, but is it St. Patty's Day? I didn't even know it was St. Patty's Day. I don't pay attention to holidays that much. If it's St. Patty's Day, then everybody in Wisconsin will be out drinking. Are you talking about socks like I don't know what SOXS means. Y'all have to explain that one to me. I'm being dumb. Oh, it looks like AREC is about to crack. Couldn't get over 525, so it's starting to just come straight down this trend line. Oh yeah. Inverse CT. I thought we were talking about St. Patrick's Day. I got you. I got you now. Wisconsin's they use St. Patty's Day as just another day to drink more alcohol than they normally do, which is already a lot. So yeah, see, that's what I thought maybe you were talking about, Jamie. You're just saying that you got your green St. Patty Day socks on, and I was like, okay, huh, hey. So maybe serious about those socks. Or maybe you don't want to get pinched when you go out. And that's such a stupid thing. You gotta pinch people because they're not wearing green. What the hell does does that even mean? Oh, it's going to be a new show starting this week on the channel as well. Another little announcement. We're going to be doing a similar thing to Portfolio Power Up, but it's not going to be live. But John Zadar and I are starting a little podcast type series where we just talk about stocks and investing and all that. And we recorded the first part of that last night, so there will be some clips coming out from that. Some pretty good stuff we talked about there, but we're going to be trying to do that every week. So it should be a lot of good information for that. Call him out, Orlando. Call him out. Friend. What friend is he referring to? Sounds very suspicious, One Life. You going out with Warren Buffett? Or you going out with Ross Cameron? Ross Cameron, man, I bet he celebrates St. Patrick's Day. He looks as Irish as can be. There you go. There you go. Daniel B. throwing it out there. The friends with boobs. What's really funny is the friend with boobs. It's also a man. Was that was that old Mad TV sketch with the with the Asian woman and the police like, what did he look like? Can you give us a description? He looked like a man. He looked like a man. He looked like a man. This guy, what color is his hair? I tell you, he looked like a man. Oh, I just got what that symbolism there you put One Life, what that was. I was confused for a second. But I got you now. I see what you did there. So we'll give the stream about 15 more minutes here. If you guys have any questions, suggestions, or ideas, go ahead and get those in. But I don't think anything exciting is going to be happening today in the market. I think it's pretty much going to be sideways until Jerome Powell does his little pretty pony speech. But I'm going to continue to hold this for now. As long as it holds up here. And then I am going to continue to hold my FTCV swing. As long as the market, and I'm not down on this. My average price is $12.71, but I'm down on the day because it was all the way up at 15 and now it's down to $13.34. But I'm going to continue to hold this to see it, and at least see what the Feds say. As long as the market doesn't crash this afternoon, then this should be good for another move tomorrow. And that stock's getting a little sketchy, like it's gonna crack soon. ZCMD's trying to hold up that bottom support. But I think we're just gonna be moving sideways. Sideways or down. Volume's really dying off of this too. I may just eat this loss and just, well, I don't know. It's still trying to hold up. Yeah, yes. I'd rather it be a down market than a sideways market. You are getting a little pop on OCG right now, but I don't know how much more it'll go. Because all we're seeing is little pops. IMTX was the best breakout. And it's done. So just most everything just kind of going sideways. Just the old sideways market. Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. Dead man walking, tumbleweeds. Investors and traders are skittish because they don't know what Jerome Powell's gonna say. But it's just crazy to me that we gotta listen to one guy. Just one random guy. After that last press conference where he said money printing isn't going to cause any inflation, that's just not true anymore. I'm very skeptical of anything he says, so. But he can't come out and say, well, guys, we're screwed, because then the market's gonna dump. You're gonna see a panic gonna be a Panic at the Market disco. Isn't that a band or something? Panic at the Disco? I don't know. Sounds familiar. That's how bored I am with this market. It's making me come up with references that I don't even know for sure are references. Let's see, can you get back over that $5 mark here? No, that's the problem. I mean, the stimulus is what held the market up. When we started having this big drop, stimulus, they voted on it. Let's see, when was it? They voted on it somewhere in here. So that stimulus, and that's what I was saying last week, was if they vote on the stimulus and get it out in time, then they may be able to save this little dip. But pretty much that stimulus is factored in there, and the problem goes back to what I've been saying about the Feds being stuck in a rock and a hard place, because that stimulus is all new money printing, so it adds to the inflation, and then half the bill is garbage. Good morning, Greg. Like I was saying, they bailed out American Airlines again in that bill, and then Kevin O'Leary, which I don't can't verify this because I've been too scared to look at that bill. I really don't even want to look at it. But Kevin O'Leary said that there is $1 billion or $2 billion in that bill for studying how animals feel about COVID. So, if that's in there, I guarantee there's a lot of other BS. Half of it's half of it's going to bureaucracy, which is just a waste of money. There's so much wasted money that doesn't even exist because they're printing that money. So the stimulus bill is it's kind of a double-edged sword. If they would do the stimulus bills correctly and not overspend and actually target the areas that need the help, it could keep the economy going. But that is not what they did. Yes, started an animal study shelter for studying the animals of COVID, or how they feel about COVID. How does that even work? Do they sit there and they put a dog on their lap and they're like, "So, Sparky, how do you feel about COVID?" And the dog, if he wags his tail, he's like, I don't care. But if he whines and he's scared of it, like, what? I'm sure there's a scientific process. But why is the government paying for that? Because the government doesn't pay for things. The government doesn't make money. The government takes our money and pays for that stupid shit. Oh, goodness. But the real indicator to tell you what is going on is in the bond market. If those bond yields keep rising, then that's a pretty clear indicator of inflation and that there's some type of problem in the market. So let's pop back over to AREC, see how it's looking here. Probably about to sell. Look at this. This volume has just completely died off. Just trying to not watch your portfolio. Yeah, how's Tesla doing? Did Tesla ever come back up after this little sell-off that it had from the market dropping before? Well, I know you're big on Tesla. Ooh. And this is a pretty nasty downtrend on Tesla still. Really. And it's curling over. Hit that downtrend in that 50 and started curling over. The 100 days trying to hold up. Let's go look at some of the other bigger stocks too and see what they're looking like on their chart patterns. I have a feeling they're going to look all similar. Yeah, Amazon's in the downtrend. Facebook is sideways. See how Google's doing. Well, I just got stopped out on ARIC, so that did crack. I thought that was about to crack. So about what, $26 today I lost. Up 11 on this. We'll see what happens. This is too sketchy of a market today. Let's see, what else I want to look at. Apple. Let's look at the Apple. Yeah, Apple in a downtrend. If there wasn't so much sketchiness around the economy and the market right now, I would almost say this is a pretty good area to get Apple in, especially when it was down here at this 114, 115 area. But you can see it's kind of got that same pivot that the SPY has. Oh, what the hell? He's going to wait and speak till Thursday. Ugh. Ooh, that's sketchy. That's really sketchy. Why is he waiting? That's going to give... That's like one of the biggest things is like fear. What the hell did I just do? What do we fear? Unless you have an irrational fear like a fear of clowns, for the most part, we fear what we don't know. And the fact that Jerome Powell's not going to speak now until tomorrow, I think that's going to drive a little bit of fear in the market. Because why would he do that? Why would he wait? What is up his sleeve? I'm very skeptical now. More skeptical than I was. Yeah, Tesla will get hit pretty hard if the market crashes. John has a an interesting competitor for Tesla, and I actually think this company, I looked into it a little bit more after we talked about it last night, and I'll put that video will be coming out. But MONTF, it's a OTC stock, but this is a hydrogen company. Hydrogen, what is it? MOTNF, is that it? Yeah, Clean Power Capital Corp. So this is a hydrogen company, and I'll pull it up and bring it over here so you guys can see the website. Yeah, the power tap, here it is. So let me go to this investor presentation so you guys can see. Here's why I like this. Fuel type, hydrogen, 900 miles. That beats electric, that beats diesel, and whatever CNG is. I think that's regular gasoline. Then you see the fueling time, same time as those others. So you get 900 miles, and then the cost per mile is 15 cents. It's half the price of those other. Even the battery electric. And they have the only patent, and there's already these power tap gas stations in California and in Texas, but there's only 14 throughout the country. And once people, and you can see there's already some hydrogen vehicles here, but once they are able to start building new, right here's the gas station. Like, look how clean that is, and they don't have to have like a huge spot, and you can just drive up. And the thing about their system is it makes the hydrogen right there on the spot, so they don't have to deliver hydrogen, right? Yeah, you see hydrogen generator, it goes through the pump, so they don't have to deliver hydrogen like they do gasoline. It can just be made right there at the gas station. Well, at that point, I guess it'd be called a hydrogen station. But you can see they've already got them. And then if we go way down here, see right here's a map of where they're at. So they actually got a few in California, one in Portland, Texas. Was that Washington D.C., a few up there up northeast, and it looks like some in North Carolina. And you can see the production of hydrogen is cheaper than anything else as well. So it's just a cheaper, better alternative, and it's cleaner. Supposedly you can drink right out of a glass of water. But here's their power tap capture system of how it works. And they just make hydrogen out of carbon and whatever that, I guess the Na metal would be the carbon or something. Yeah, right there you can see the CO2 goes in. That metal comes in, it cleans the CO2, turns it into hydrogen, and then fuels your car. So I think this is going to be the future more than just the EV. Like this is cleaning the air while also fueling the cars. So do your own research on it, but I just thought it was very interesting. And John's, if you guys have been watching any of his videos, you know he's pretty good with his due diligence. Hydra. Yeah. Let's see. No, that's the thing. It reduces the pollution. The carbon is the pollution. So it takes the carbon out of the air that's produced from all the different things that produce carbon, sucks it into their power tap, and then the power tap converts it into hydrogen, and then that hydrogen fuels the car. So it cleans it. That's what I'm saying. Like Tesla and these EV companies, they're not putting out any emissions because they're electric, so they're not using fossil fuels. But the power tap hydrogen cell thing that that Clean Power Corporation or whatever they're called has actually converts that carbon, that pollution, into hydrogen. So not only does it fuel the car and it leaves zero emissions, it also cleans the air. So it's actually better than any of the EV cars. Plug? I'm not sure. I don't think Plug's a hydrogen company. It may be. But Clean Power Corp, MOTNF, they have the only patent to that technology. So they are okay. So Plug is getting into hydrogen. I didn't think they were in hydrogen, but they're buying 2 hydrogen liquefaction plants. Yeah, but see, first of a kind green hydrogen generation network. But they're having to buy plants. That's the difference though between uh, what they're trying to do in the other company. The other company's already got the technology, and they don't have to have plants to make the hydrogen. The hydrogen makes itself right there at the gas station. So they don't need any of that extra stuff. They don't need it's such a low cost. Well, there's already a few on the market it was showing, so let's pop this up and then I'm gonna call it a day here. Um, buy hydrogen. Boy, I cannot spell. Hydrogen car. So you got the Honda 2021, $379 a month. So it's probably about 30,000. Of course, they don't want to show you the damn price. Now, this is okay. You're going to get me talking into more stuff that's going to be happening. There's going to be a carbon tax, and this carbon tax is going to make some people rich, and it's going to kill some people. But what the carbon tax is meant to do is punish people still using gasoline cars because it's going to tax them, and then it's going to give that money as tax credits to people with electric or hydrogen fuel cars. So the idea of that tax is to push people into getting into these cleaner cars besides fossil fuels. And of course, not everybody can afford these new cars because these are brand new cars and brand new technology. So the lower class and middle class is going to get hit the hardest by this carbon tax. So if you can, you may want to be looking at a Tesla or one of these Hondas or something if you've got the hydrogen gas stations in your area. You could go hydrogen, but if not, you could always go electric. Let's see, they're not telling me the price, but like I said, the monthly payment's around $379, and the price is probably around $35,000 is what I would guess. We'll check and see if we can find another one. But that's what I'm talking about. They're doing a lot of stuff. The government is that's gonna really turn everything upside down here. So this one, 58,000. See, here we go. They're not telling me the prices. That's kind of useless. There's a BMW too. Let me see. Well, the BMW I know is going to be more expensive than the Honda and whatever else. So BMW is going to offer. They don't have it yet. Hydrogen fuel cell there. But yeah, it's gonna be weird. Things are gonna get funky. That's for sure. Yeah, I do agree with you, Greg. Tesla is not about the cars. You know, they're doing their own batteries and stuff too, and working on battery technology and all that. And like I was telling John, it is possible that, you know, if Elon starts to think that the hydrogen fuel is the way to go, he might buy up that company or buy up, you know, another smaller hydrogen company and start making hydrogen cars too. Who knows? I mean, it's Elon, so yeah, well, see, you've actually got it. It's kind of like the chicken and the egg, Orlando. It's if you put more cars out there and there's no fuel stations, and the cars aren't going to be able to drive. So really, you've got to get more fuel stations out there, which is what Clean Power Corp is trying to do, is get these hydrogen fuel stations out there. And they have the best way to do it because, like I said, it's made on site in the converter thing in the pumps. So you have no trucks that have to bring the hydrogen. You have no cost other than your building that has the hydrogen pumps outside. You know, there's not a lot of cost. Yeah, Tesla. Yeah, tech company or Bitcoin company. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you're buying into Tesla like Greg is, Tesla's not really buying Tesla because of Tesla. He's buying into it because of Elon Musk. He believes in Elon Musk, which I do too. Elon's awesome, and I think he will go to Mars or wherever he wants to go. But it's hard to compare Tesla to any of the other EV companies or anything like that because they are different. It did shoot up really high and got a little overvalued. But like I said, if this market continues to drop, I wonder why my top chart's not working. It's not. But yeah, if it continues to drop, if it gets down to $100, $200, I'm buying it. Teleportal transportation. I think we're a little ways away from that. You're talking you're talking some of that crazy Alex Jones stuff, multiple dimensions and traveling through wormholes in the other dimensions, and that's what you're talking about. That's a little ways away. I think I think cars with that already exist with hydrogen and gas pumps that already exist with hydrogen is not that far away. It's not that far fetched because they already exist. And all you got to do is just look at how much more cost effective hydrogen is versus everything else. Good morning, Mark. Well, One Life, I would agree with you, except because people are working from home, they're not living in the cities anymore. They're living outside of the cities in the more rural areas where you got to have a car to drive to go shopping or to the grocery store or anything like that. So actually, people are going to need more cars. Car sales have actually been up this year. Because the hottest real estate, because you guys know I keep an eye on real estate, the hottest real estate has been around the big cities and not in them. All the big cities, for the most part, besides like in Texas, because Texas and Florida are booming because they opened back up. But like here in Milwaukee, all the Milwaukee house prices have dropped, but everything on the outskirts, on the outside of the city, have skyrocketed. So you got to have a car if you're going to get anywhere for your groceries or whatnot. Daniel B, nothing impresses you. You compare sophisticated blockchain technology to flowers. So I'm not I don't know what it takes to impress you. So I don't know, man. Like I said, it's not. I don't think it's. I don't. It's not. I don't think it's. Greg is investing in Tesla because of the cars. Like I said, I think he's investing because of Elon. I mean, you invest in Tesla, you're pretty much investing in Elon and whatever crazy shenanigans he's gonna do. Yeah, but if you get everything delivered, then somebody's got to bring it in a car. So you're still going to need cars. And if there's going to be a bunch of delivery, then hydrogen fuel cell technology being cheaper and more efficient is going to be what all the delivery cars are going to be used. Amazon and Walmart and all those, they're already working on semi trucks that are hydrogen fuel and electric and autonomous. So different names but same scenario. You're such a crypto skeptic, man. You're missing all this money. But hey, do what you want, buddy. If you like comparing the blockchain technology to tulips, you go for it. Whatever floats your boat. But all right, guys. Appreciate everybody joining me today. Kay, I appreciate that nice tip there. That was really nice of you. Guys, have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Till next time.